Why do some scientists believe the moon is not what it seems? Why, after all the ambition and success of Apollo, did NASA suddenly stop sending people there? Apollo 17 was supposed to be just the beginning. Instead, it was the end. And here's something truly bizarre. When a spacecraft deliberately crashed into the moon, it rang, not for seconds, not even minutes, but for nearly a full hour, as though it were a bell. How can a lifeless rock echo like that? This is Cosmic Code, and today we ask a question that's been whispered for decades, a theory both astonishing and unsettling. What if the moon isn't what we think it is? What if it's not natural at all? Stay with us. Let's start with one of the most haunting discoveries from the Apollo era. In 1969, after completing its mission, NASA deliberately sent the lunar module's ascent stage crashing back down to the moon. Seismometers left behind by Apollo astronauts picked up something astonishing. The moon rang, and it didn't stop. The reverberations lasted nearly an hour, like vibrations echoing through an enormous hollow shell. This baffled scientists. Was the moon filled with massive underground caverns? Could its crust be unusually strong and metallic? Or was it something else entirely, not a solid object at all, but a shell? This gave birth to the so-called hollow moon theory, a controversial idea suggesting that the moon might not be solid at its core, but instead empty, or perhaps containing internal structures we can't even imagine. Is the moon a hollowed out construct? Could it be hiding something within, like an ancient machine, a monitoring station, or a vessel? For decades, mainstream science rejected the idea, but the echo still lingers. Now consider this cosmic coincidence. The moon is exactly 400 times smaller than the sun and exactly 400 times closer to Earth. The result: when they align, the moon fits the sun perfectly. It creates a total solar eclipse, where the moon completely obscures the sun's blinding light, revealing the glowing corona in a breathtaking ring of fire. But this isn't just beautiful, it's statistically incredible. The chances of such perfect symmetry, such an ideal size-distance ratio, are astronomically low, so much so that some believe it's not a coincidence at all. What if it's intentional? Some theorists argue that this precise alignment is too perfect to be random, that it's a signature, a marker left behind by an intelligence far beyond our own. Is it part of a cosmic blueprint, a silent message written into the geometry of the sky, a code? And if it is, who or what designed it? There's more, much more. Buzz Aldrin, the second man to walk on the moon, has spoken publicly about an unexplained object following Apollo 11 on its way there. He described a light, a shape that seemed to shadow them at a distance, silent, yet unmistakably present. And then there are the transcripts. Some audio from the Apollo missions was redacted, censored, or mysteriously garbled. In one infamous transmission, an astronaut is heard saying, "Do you see that? They're watching us." But what exactly was seen? The recordings trail off, and NASA has never offered a clear explanation. Were the astronauts being watched by something or someone on the moon? Is it possible that they discovered something unexpected, something too disruptive to share with the public? The questions remain, and so do the silences. Modern science says the moon formed billions of years ago, perhaps after a giant collision. But ancient civilizations told a different story. Sumerian texts, among the oldest known writings, describe a time before the moon existed in the skies above Earth. The moon, they say, came later. Zulu tribes of Africa tell of a great event when beings from the stars dragged the moon into place using immense ships. They say this changed the Earth forever. In other cultures, ancient disasters seem to coincide with the moon's sudden appearance. Great floods, massive climate shifts, the rise of tides. What if the moon was never part of Earth's natural formation? What if it was brought here If true, the implications are staggering. Earth may have been altered intentionally by the arrival of the moon, an object so large, so influential, that it reshaped weather, ecosystems, even human destiny. And the myths, maybe they aren't just myths at all. Here's something you may not know. We only ever see one side of the moon. Due to a phenomenon called tidal locking, the moon rotates at the same speed it orbits us. That means the far side, the so-called dark side, is always turned away. But what's really back there? Some claim to have seen structures, symmetrical shapes, lights that move. Images released from Apollo 16 appear to show glowing objects on the far side, some of which were quickly removed or redacted. Whistleblowers from military and intelligence backgrounds have claimed that bases exist on the dark side, not ours, not human. If so, who or what built them? Are we being watched not from afar, but from right above us? The moon is silent, but maybe it's not empty. Apollo was the most ambitious and celebrated space program in human history. Every moment should have been preserved, but somehow, NASA lost over 700 tapes of original footage from the missions. Gone. How does that happen? Entire reels of high-resolution video from mankind's first journey to another world simply vanished? Some say it was bureaucratic error. Others believe the footage was destroyed on purpose. Why? What did it show? There are reports of strange reflections, in astronaut visors shapes that don't belong, lights moving where there should be none, and equipment failures when the cameras pointed in certain directions. Could the missing footage have captured something the public wasn't meant to see? And if it did, where is it now? Locked away? Erased? Or still out there waiting? Let's entertain the most extraordinary idea of all. What if the moon isn't a natural satellite? What if it's artificial? Imagine a megastructure the size of a small planet constructed by an advanced species eons ago, designed not just to orbit, but to observe, or protect, or influence. It could be hollowed out, filled with machines or control systems. It could be cloaked in rock to appear natural, even as it operates far beyond our comprehension. Some call it a watchtower, others, a vessel. Some even believe it's a seed ship, carrying life, or data, or tools to shape a planet below. Earth. Is the moon simply the night's guardian, or is it the architect of our reality? These aren't just fringe ideas. Even respected thinkers have expressed doubt about the moon's strange behavior. Isaac Asimov, legendary scientist and writer, once said, "The moon shouldn't be where it is." He argued that the moon's size and orbit are far too precise to be random. Without it, Earth would spin faster, wobble more, suffer chaotic seasons and extreme tides. Life as we know it might not exist at all. So the moon doesn't just orbit us. It stabilizes us, shapes our evolution, keeps our oceans breathing. Some believe this was no accident that it was put there to terraform Earth. Could the moon be a kind of cosmic tool, a device used to make a planet habitable? And if so, who used it? So what is the moon? A natural satellite? A cosmic coincidence? A lifeless rock, or something far more mysterious? From ancient legends that say it arrived suddenly to seismic echoes that suggest it's hollow from missing tapes, to unexplained lights on the far side. The moon defies easy explanation. It may be the single most important object in our skies. And it may not be what we've been told. We don't claim to have all the answers, but we believe in asking the right questions.